Everybody, sorry, I'm preoccupied. How's everybody doing? Oh man, it's been so long. You know, I've been very busy in the studio and away from live streaming. Good evening, Matthew. Wow, fist pump to you. You know, this is amazing. I don't go live for like 3 weeks. And you guys are right here. It's amazing. Fantastic. So how you guys been doing? Listen, I've been so busy doing a kind of like what I would call a swan song project for a client of mine. And yeah, he's 70 years old, man, and I've been doing his album, and it's just been taking all my time. But it's very, very important. You understand, of course, when you're that old and you want to do something as ambitious as like a 10-song album, it's really important. And so he's been compensating me though, and not in a small way. Actually, I want to tell you a little bit about that too. But hey, you know, Kaiser, that was the boss lady in Thai. So everybody, I'm sorry, but I appreciate you hanging with me, and I'm back tonight. It's a Sunday night, and we're taking Skype calls tonight. So excellent. I wish it was warming up here. Family's good. Family's really good. We have 2 extra days off because of the 2/28 holiday. I'm not going to go into that, but you can look at that online if you want to. Sorry, my lips are super dry. I gotta moisturize them here. And a little bit of alcohol kind of dries them out. Hey, Mike, fist bump to you. How's it going? All right, bro. Good to see you guys. It's so good to like take 3 weeks or so off. Hey, Dean. All right. Wow, everybody's here. Look at this. This is amazing. I know the light isn't great, but this is kind of a new place as far as live streaming goes. But I spend a lot of time here. I'm here almost every weekend, and they got fantastic, absolutely fantastic food. But before I go any further, what I want to do is I want to tell you guys I have a second device, my tablet, and I, just like the old days, I set this up. I want to announce this. I actually made a YouTube post. This is the Skype login, okay? And I know it may be inconvenient, but the thing is most people, I think, watch the stream on one device and call in on another device. So if that's true, then you should be able to use your second device to scan this QR code. It'll enable you to call me, and I have a Redmi Pad, that's my Android device, and it's got like Dolby Atmos and 4 speakers. It's crazy how loud this thing is, but you'll be able to hear us. I mean, we'll be able to hear you if you want to give me a call. But you can find me at The Real Taiwan on Skype. Just like, you know, what it says there, The Real Taiwan. Regardless of whether you do the QR code or not. If you want to do a call in, hey, it's, you know, it is a talk show. But you can hear the music in the background, right? It's amazing. I've been drinking all night, but not a whole lot. I've been drinking like low alcohol content drinks, but it has a tendency to dry you out. Now, regarding what's been going on, I've been in East Taiwan and the weather has been terrible. I wanted to do a live stream for the Lantern Festival. It all went south, but I want to show you these. I want to show you some photos, okay? Then I'm going to show you some cool stuff. We were in this area in East Taiwan, and it's a really typical kind of old Taiwanese style village area. And we were staying in a hot springs, and it was really really quite something. The cool thing about this place is it's a fishing port, and in the streets they have these definitions of fish, and they're in Chinese, and it's really interesting because you can learn a lot about the different species of fish that they have here. And so we would walk, my wife and I would walk along, and we would find these different fish species right here. It's just amazing. So this one actually says the first two words of that on the top left on the plaque is Shriben, which means Japan or Japanese. So this is actually a fish that they recognize as being like a Japanese species. Pretty cool. And took like 10 photos of these kind of fish plaques, but I'm not going to bore you with those. But I just want to show you this. I thought it was very interesting because it is a fishing port, and I've got tons of photos. I'm not going to bore you with those. I actually, for me to catch up from the last time I really seriously live streamed until now, I would be boring you with photo after photo. But let me show you this. I have told you guys so many times, over and over, how the scenic beauty in Taiwan is amazing. I'm going to show you some pictures straight from my 2019 Xiaomi 9T Pro phone. This is East Taiwan, and this is a special place that we went to. And I mean, look at this. Now you see that what they call, I guess it's called bric-a-brac. It's little concrete castings that they have that are there to mitigate erosion. All right, now. There's no sand on this beach because it's geologically new. The east coast of Taiwan has very little sand. It's almost all pebbles, and it's rounded stones like this. Of course, these kind of stones, if you're making a campfire, you never want to put these stones in a fire because they'll blow up. But look at this. And I am particularly amazed and fond of seamounts, rock outcroppings that come up above the yes, and the thing is, right, is I don't know why this is, because Prism supposedly supports MP4. I took some videos of the ocean as it was making those sounds on that shore, right, with those pebbles, and it won't play them back. But I promise you what I did do. I shot some drone footage. I'm going to overlay that on the drone footage because it's quite amazing. But I haven't color graded this, and this is just stock, stock out of the phone. It's incredible. Here's another shot. That's my wife there walking down towards the little section where I was just at. But I mean, this is what Taiwan is about. And I know Vietnam has some great scenery, and of course Thai and Laos and all those places, they all do. But the thing about Taiwan is that it has all of that in one small area. And you can go from the flat plains of the west coast, you can be in a factory at 8 o'clock in the morning, you can be in the mountains at noon, and then you can be at the seashore at 5 p.m. on the other side of the island. It's amazing what you can do, and I'm always astounded. And when I tell people how much I love Taiwan, they really can't understand, but I mean, look at this. We are live. Thank you, Dave. Good to see you. How's it going, bro? I mean, look at this. And I know that Japan also has many areas like this, but unfortunately Dave wasn't able to see some of these places to be able to compare. But my viewpoint, and I might be wrong, but my viewpoint is that I think Taiwan is a little more rugged. Of course, Japan has some really dangerous and rugged places too. But there's something very rugged and very raw about Taiwan in that regard. And that's my wife, Hui Chen. She's walking down there to the water. Now, I do have some drone footage. I have not edited any of it yet. I've just color graded some of it just to check it out. I'm so far behind because I've been doing this album for my client. But I do want to show you. We took we did take, because my daughter had time off, and no matter how much work you're doing, you do have to take time off and spend with the family. So we went to a couple of the Taiwan onsen, which I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but that's a Japanese word for the hot springs. And I just wanted to show you, this is MJ in one of the onsen, I guess I would call that a gi, kind of like what you would wear for martial arts. But when you're in one of these resorts, okay, and they give you these kind of clothing to wear, it's proper to wear that anywhere within the whole resort. And when another place that I went to called the Evergreen, right, I saw people going to dinner wearing this kind of stuff. So, but Dave, you obviously had this experience. It's amazing, and you go in these places and it's just so relaxing. So let me show you. I've been to this place before, and we went down by the coast, and this is one of the boats that they have. And right now, it's wintertime, so the fleet is not going out. But you see how those are lights hanging? That's a squid boat. If you've ever seen like National Geographic or maybe some other shows that show squid fishing in Japan, it's exactly the same thing. I mean, the waters are almost the same, right? So, yeah. All right, so those of you who have just joined, you can call in the show using Skype. And the Skype name is The Real Taiwan. The Real Taiwan, and we've got our second device here with our 4-speaker Dolby Atmos, and we're going to crank it up so we can hear everything you say. So, and if you want to join us with video, I can also show that too. But this is the hot springs. Now, those of you who are in my late night group, and I'm very fortunate to have my own line group with many loyal followers, I appreciate it. You've seen this before. There's kind of an orange coloration because the water in this hot springs is not clear. But I got to tell you, it doesn't matter the color. It is extremely soothing. I had a lot of pain in my lower body, in my legs, and in my lower back, and I sat in this hot springs for an hour, and I got out and I felt 30 years younger. Now, it's interesting because in Taiwan, they say that no matter where you are in the whole country, you can drill and find hot springs water. And I personally know some people that have done that. I also went and looked at a house because my wife and I were looking at moving, and there's a housing complex that has hot springs water. And you can have in your own home, you can have one of these hot spring spas. I mean, how cool is that? So if you're a little bit older, like me, it's actually very, very good for your health to have these hot springs. Of course, you don't want to, drink alcohol and go in there, and you don't want to do something stupid like take certain medications, but you get into a routine and you understand what's safe, and it ends up being a very healthy lifestyle between the hot springs and exercise. But of course, me, I haven't been exercising at all. I'm actually blowing up. It's terrible. I've been sitting on my stool in the studio mixing a record, for like the last, I don't know. And although it's really cool and it's interesting, mixing is not very healthy. So this is another shot of the hot springs. And over on the left, you can see, they both kind of have an orange tint. But the tub on the left is the hot springs, and the tub on the right is a cold spring. Because a lot of people don't know or realize that Taiwan has cold springs too. Water comes out of the earth, it's ice cold, but it has the same kind of composition as the hot springs. It's bizarre. This is a geologist's dream. And when I talk about Taiwan, I call it God's thumbprint, because it is as if God touched it himself when he made this amazing place. All right, so this album for a client, and he's been more than generous. He's been amazing. What I do for my clients is, instead of having them pay cash, I maintain let's say, a wish list is what I'm trying to say, like on a major music supplier website. And so I just give my customers, these, my wish list, and let them just buy me whatever they think my services are worth. Now this guy, Mr. Paul Clark, whom I've been working with, he cleaned out my list. I never expected that. Oh, Cup Kun Cup. You're not going to believe this. They just treated me to something. I was going to show you. I was going to show you about. I got to stop whatever I'm doing. You got to see this. Look at this. I told him I was doing a YouTube live. Okay, I'm going on the back camera. This is a special type of sausage that they make here. Look at this. These are pieces of garlic, and then some. Oh, the ice baths. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. A lot of people do those. Ice baths are amazing. And you see, these Thai hot peppers, and look at this sausage. This sausage is amazing. Look at this. This is just, and you see the little noodles in there? Those are those glass noodles. They're made from a green bean. Oh, and then they have. This is gaoli Thai, which cabbage. Sorry, I'm working in 2 languages here. This is cabbage. So what you do is you grab a piece of cabbage and you wrap it around the sausage. Okay, so the boss knows me very well, and he got me some of this cabbage and sausage and garlic and everything. So yes, you should. All right, so here's some of the gaoli Thai. Okay, this is the cabbage. I'm going to take a piece of this. I'm going to wrap this in here like this. I don't know how well you can see this. Okay, and I'm going to take a piece of this, a slice of this garlic. Just stick it in here. Oh yeah, I know you would. And these Thai hot peppers. This is just, okay, ready? This is not going to be pretty. Oh man, the marriage. Those flavors. First of all, thank you. Raw cabbage, right? That's something that usually people think of coleslaw, right? It's not far off. There's no mayonnaise. Raw cabbage is has a very sharp flavor, which is excellent. But the sausage is a little bit sour. Sour meat. I don't mean it's gone bad. I just mean it's sour. And the sharpness, that cutting of the hot pepper, and then of course everybody knows what garlic tastes like. And garlic is kind of like a base flavor, and it's like you're getting beat up by all these flavors. Oh, it's amazing. So here's another piece of this cabbage. Actually, I think they cut these too small. I think they need to cut them bigger. Here's an end piece. Okay. Look at that. That's the butt end, and I got to get this. This is just kind of hanging off. There's those noodles, green bean, kind of glass noodles. And we're gonna fold this in here. Put another piece of this hot Thai pepper right in here. Hopefully you can see this. And a piece of, whoa, make sure it doesn't fall. The guys in there that are singing Thai songs. Thai songs are amazing. And a big chunk of garlic. I'm going to stick it on the top. Okay. Again, this isn't going to be pretty, but here we go. Ah. 我非常爱台湾. I love Taiwan so much because you can get so many cultural experiences. And when Noel Richard was here last month, this is the place I brought him to. And it's amazing how you can have so many different cultural experiences in one place, but they're genuine. So here's the thing. In the United States, I never knew if what I was getting was authentic because I know now Chinese food has been changed, right? Yeah, they are. Let me tell you. Some of them are really great. Like the yellow mustard that you get. I've only seen that a couple of times. It's very specific places in Asia. But they 太好，我介绍的给他们看。
OK。
对，现在我们看落了，就是这么好吃啊，谢谢你啊。So that's the boss. I was just telling them that we're discussing it about how good this is. But the thing is you can have an experience here that's authentic. Where I was in the States, I would go eat Chinese food, and I realize now more than I used to. They have adjusted the flavors. But here, see, these are Thai people that work in the area. They're from Thailand, and they won't actually has a bit. Same people. It's at least they're not too wild. But the Thai people here, they would not settle for an adjusted flavor. Let me show you what Dave's talking about. Because earlier, right, I took a photo because these guys were partying, and this is one guy who helped me find a bunch of Thai songs, right? But then I took another shot, and for some reason, this guy was standing up, and he was adjusting his shirt, and it looks a lot worse than it is. That's his lady friend with him to his left. So the guy that I just showed you was helping me. He's over on the left, just giving me the thumbs up. And then the guy on the far right is the boss, and he was the one that treated me to these sausages while I'm introducing them to you. So, of course, there was me. So there's only us in there. There's those four folks and me. But they were happily singing Thai songs, and it was great. And nobody was, drunk out of their mind and acting stupid and nothing like that. So it was great. All right, so I got a couple more pieces of this cabbage. Big fat slice. Oh, yes. Another piece of hot pepper, and then a nice big chunk of garlic. This is just, it's amazing. Now, I already, oops, pepper fell out. Whoa, sorry, I got to put it back. I already had an order of this earlier. I'm sorry, I'm dropping this earlier. Okay, we're just gonna go for it. He calls me when they make this. They make this about 2 or 3 times a year, not any more than that. I happened to be here yesterday. I saw them hang it. And they were preparing them, so I knew to come back today. So let me show you some things here. My customer bought me a couple of guitars. They were on my wish list. It's a Harley Benton Heritage V. This is a Harley Benton classic 12-string acoustic, and this is a 61 Epiphone SG Maestro vibrato. He got me all those guitars, and they're amazing. And ironically, while I was mixing one of his tunes, a track actually needed a guitar solo, and he asked me to do some power chords on the tune, right? You know, some big chords to kind of differentiate the chorus from the verse. And so while I was at it, I decided to cut a solo, and he actually liked the solo track that I cut. And I cut it on that guitar on the right, the SG. So that was really quite something. That's what it looks like. Uncle Bud, how you doing? If I match the sofa up, you know, kind of looks like that. Hilarious. Now, he had ordered another guitar for me months before that never came. It arrived this week. Those 3 guitars came last month, about 3 weeks ago. This one came on Wednesday. Look at this thing. This is a 6 and 12. So, this guitar, if you own that guitar, that's a license to play the forbidden song. Because with that guitar, you can play the forbidden song. If you can play it, you can play it. So there you go. I don't know. That's a good question, Mike. Uncle Bud, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome to Texas. Anyway, that is a Harley Benton. I gotta tell you, it's about 1/10 of the price of the Gibson version of that. But there's no way that it's 1/10 of the quality. So the thing is, even though the price is, there's a big disparity in the price, the quality is like, you know, maybe even, who knows. So I thought that was really amazing. And this is what it looks like in the case. So what I like about this guitar is, this guitar, I told my friend, this guitar is so cool, you don't even have to play it. This is like street cred. You just show up at a gig with this big fat, you know, oh yeah. Yeah, I know, that nice soft sofa was blocked by all those guitars. I know what you mean, yeah. But think about this. All you got to do is open the case. You ain't even got to play this guitar. You just open the case and people are like, oh wow. And you can just close it. And that's it. You're done. So please, feel free to contact us on Skype at the Real Time One. We have our second device up, and it's the least I can do for you guys because it has been ages since I have been live. And I like to say that it's not my fault, but I don't know who else's fault it would be. Anyway, this is amazing. A little piece of Kali Thai, the cabbage. In the States, we didn't really eat cabbage raw, but it is a food in Southeast Asia that's eaten raw, and it's used as, you know, a wrap. I gotta tell him though that these slices are too small, because if you look at the size here. Hey, El Polo Hernando, nice to see you. Thank you. Okay, Mike. Well, thank you for that information. I was just kind of like discussing, you know, like ordinary, everyday terms. But yeah, actually, my publisher told me that he thought the Italians had invented music by the way that they, you know, with the Italian arias and so forth. But anyway, so Romano, thank you so much for joining us from British Columbia, and I'd like to welcome you to Taiwan. And I want to ask you, is this your first time joining us? And if it is, please feel free to give us a call if you'd like to. Really? No, Matthew, I know you're from the Midwest, right? So, yeah, it is. I know. Actually, for me, 9 people at once in my live stream is amazing. That's a tremendous amount. But Matthew, a little further south, like in North Carolina, fried cabbage with vinegar and garlic is actually a thing, and my sister can make that. She also makes fried green tomatoes. And the last time that my wife and I were at her home in 2010, yes, exactly. That's what, yes. I know you're in Ohio. I didn't want to actually say it, but okay. And so, but that's not like in the South. If you look at the map, from your perspective, you have to go like to the east and then, you know, like to North Carolina. But that's kind of where the fried cabbage area is. And of course, they say, you know, tomatoes, right? But the fried green tomatoes that my sister made were just amazing. And but one of the things they make in North Carolina is this fried cabbage with vinegar, and it's just, oh, it's really something. So if you haven't tried it, or if it's been a long time, of course, stuff that I didn't like when I was a kid. I know you said that your mom used to make it. Stuff that I didn't like when I was a kid, I've gone back and revisited it, and I like it now. Because when I was a kid, I tasted my dad's beer like, ew. Of course, now look at me, right? Here's another one. So let me do this one more time. If you're so inclined and you'd like to give us a call live on the air, it's like a talk show. You can find us on Skype, The Real Taiwan.
Michael, you have ไส้กรอกมันแล้วก็炒菜
炒饭
对2个
我想请他们喝soda น้
苏打没有了算好了
就是我要请他们5罐
苏打
可以吗？
没有了算好了没有了他付了
真的吗？
对他付了
我真的喝1罐
你付230
够了吗？
是这样子啊全部他付了
这个是你请我吗？
对
Oh, the boss. Sorry about this, guys. I'm talking with the boss here. we're settling up the bill. He treated me to these. So, it's totally free because he knew I was doing a live stream, and he knew that I would introduce them to you guys. Sorry, let me go back and check the chat and see what. Oh, yes, it does. Yes, the chili. Because it gives you that sharp spice. Because this is sour by itself. Especially by itself is good. It has, although it's not actually grilled, the way they cook it, it tastes like it's grilled. But the hot chili gives it that sharp, really sharp flavor. 你说200多
230
230 So he's saying 250 NT. So 100 NT is $3. So
very cool. Okay.
So 不是没关系啊，没关系。
Okay.
So the thing is, right? Oh wow. Okay, that disappeared. I'm gonna read that. Well, Hermano, let me tell you, I've been here 19 years. I'm gonna be 67 next month. I met my wife. I got married at 51. She presented me with a kid. I was 56. I've got a beautiful daughter named Phoenix, and we run 2 companies here in Taiwan, and it's just, I can tell you that I think your life would turn out amazing. But it's not too late, bro. And you can contact me. If I can assist you in any way, I will. It's never too late. Not too late till they're shoveling dirt on you. But this sausage, tonight I had a little soda water because I brought my own liquor, and I had I'm just going to show you because I didn't actually do this yet. I'm going to show you the dishes that I had tonight. Okay. All right, now, this is the sausage dish that I had when he presented it to me earlier. You can see that, right? Thanks, bro. It is, you know, but Taiwan and the Taiwanese people have been very good to me, and I'm not going to lie, I had a lot of help, you know, and it took a while, but you've been here, and you know how it is. You know how fantastic the people are here, right? After you've been here any length of time, you can speak Chinese, so hey, it's not too late, man. Come on back. And then I had some Thai vegetables, and that's mainly cabbage, but you can see they've got some greens in there, which are Jalen Thai. How do you say that? Kale. So that's cabbage and kale, and of course garlic and Thai sauce, and it's just amazing. That's what I had tonight. So those 2 dishes and 1 can, yes, soda water, $7 US. It's insane. If you're retired, and I know a lot of countries have retirement visas, Taiwan does not. But you also don't have that kind of a elderly, aging expat community here like you would do. Like you would have, you know, in that's a long time ago. That Uncle Bud, that far exceeds, you know, my experience with Taiwan. But in Thailand, there are many communities of aging people, mostly from Europe, you know, 70s, 80s, retirement villages, because the money goes a lot further. But the same thing in Taiwan. if you get, let's just say, an average Social Security for a U.S. person might be 1,300, 1,500 between you. That's almost 50,000 NT of local currency per month. I mean, that's enough to rent an apartment. That's enough to buy food, have entertainment, plenty to do, be able to, take public transportation. You're not going to be rich, but you could have a life you could never have in the United States. I mean, if you're limited, if your income in the U.S. is limited to $1,500 US a month, you'd probably be living in a tent, in a campground. But the cool thing about Taiwan is you have health care, because the national healthcare system is cheap. And you can do stuff like get your thumb operated on, like I did, for $10 for painful growth, or get laser surgery in each eye for $10. It's amazing. So there's a lot to be said about that. Now we're down to the last little bit. I did not eat, quite frankly, all those peppers. For this last piece, I'm going to go on the back camera, because I want you to see this. Now look at that. You see the noodle in there? We call that like glass noodle, but it's green bean. And look at this. You're using it as a garnish. I know what you mean. Look at that skin though. That's a natural skin. Look at the oil. Oh, this is just, yeah, the garnish. Kale is really good. And the Thais make a dish. Dave knows how to say it. If I could impose upon you, Dave, to write it in romanization, but it's decadent. It's kale in a brown sauce, perfectly balanced salt and garlic, but it has deep fried fatty pork pieces, and they're not fried to the point of being crispy. It's still soft, and it's so decadent, because fat is where all the flavor is, and the sweetness. You can sweeten dishes by adding fat to it, but this is just really, yeah. Wow, I was right. That's just off the charts. So, of course, I don't want to force you guys, but lines are open. Please give us a call on Skype if you want to join us right now. We've got Dean, SMS. I just saw him. I'm sorry, Dean. I'm sorry. I just saw that you had messaged me, so I accepted your message. But we also have Lily too. Lily is someone who recently joined us. Well, sure. Occasionally you'll see, I think probably from your perspective it's down there in the corner, you'll see Prism Live Studio. That's the software that most of us are using. If you look at Dave's live streams and mine, and go for it, man. Thick bone in, yeah. You're not kidding now, man. And you know what? You can make bone broth later out of that. After you're done, because the thing is, right? Even if the family's eating them and they're chewing on them, doesn't matter. Just take the bones later and you boil them. That cleans them, purifies them. But you can boil them down into broth, add a little salt, and you can take that with you. I have actually taken bone broth in like my water bottle with some salt throughout the day. And if you're fasting especially, it's great, because sometimes you get a headache if you're fasting, but you're trying to lose weight and you're not trying to eat so much, you know, because, I mean, 21 meals a week is a lot of food. And so you get the salt and the nourishment from the bone broth. It really satisfies you, and you don't get a headache, you don't feel hungry or anything like that. It's a good way to cut down. If you just decide, hey, I'm not going to eat today, I'm going to like relax and not, you know, put on any weight. Don't throw those bones away. But Mike, it's all, you know, Prism Live Studio, right? That's the software, and they call it Prism Live Studio because it has a studio section. You see, you see me. I'm going like this, and you guys see my finger in the camera. But what I'm doing is I'm sliding the screen, and the screen opens up the studio section. Sorry about this terrible light. It's like there's no direct light, you know. But the studio part of Prism allows you to add multimedia, whether it's video or it's still shots. So anything that's in my photo gallery, things that I've downloaded, because before, remember, I wanted to tell you guys, I get these ideas like the time before last I was talking about some travel that we had done, and I was talking about how I had been upgraded on KLM. I was in Thailand and I had my VIP card, and I wanted to do an experiment, so I just stood in line with my passport with the VIP card on the outside of the passport, and I just stood there like this to see how long it would take for people, you know, the service people to notice me, and it took like 1 minute. And I was showing you photos of my wife and I, and so all I got to do is I'm going to swipe. I'd swipe to my left, and this is a photo of my wife on board the KLM flight. And this would have been about 2008. One of my favorite shirts, the Hershey shirt. And there she is. We're in the 747. Actually, I guess I didn't show these to you because they weren't expanded. Okay. I owed you these shots. Years ago when we were traveling to Thailand, I had paid for so many flights because I belonged to the Northwest group, which became Delta. It's amazing. I was like this. I had like 150,000 frequent flyer miles on Northwest. I was this big shot gold card or something, platinum card. And then they got bought out by Delta, and the tier changed, and suddenly I'm like the brown turd level or something. It was terrible. But what in the glory days of KLM, it was amazing. And so let me just check in and see if I missed anything on the comments. Okay, good. So here we were on KLM, right? And I want to show you, like, this is looking out the window, going back to Taiwan from Thailand, coming up from Southeast Asia, and you're approaching the island at the extreme southwest. You see those mountains poking up above the clouds? That is the Taiwan Central Mountain Range. A lot of people don't know this. I call this the spine of the dragon. When you're coming back and you see this is amazing how you see those huge, huge mountains just sticking up. I mean, look at that. That's incredible. And they're sticking out of the clouds, right? So anyway, so we're in the KLM flight, and we got automatically upgraded, and this is the top of the 747 on the second, you know, the upper deck. Now it really is cool. It really is cool. Now I had never, this is old, okay, this is like 2008, but by 2008 I had never been in the upper deck. Of course it's first class of the 747, but now you can see the curvature of the windows. You know, how many flights have I taken on a 747? I don't know, dozens, but I never was on the top level, right? So this is cool. So all because I got upgraded. So here's Hui Chen. She's smiling because we got an upgrade. See, and the thing of it was, right, is my wife did not have a gold card, but I did, And so obviously because we're together, they automatically just upgraded both of us, and that's her sitting in first class, nice and content. But now I love this because there's a fold-out screen. I'll show you in a second. Of course, I like to have everything in Chinese because it's easy to see. Down the bottom, you see that it says Yusan. That's Jade Mountain, and you see the circle. That is the highest mountain in Taiwan. Now, on the far left, that's the South China Sea. And if you look at the Chinese at the very, very bottom on the right, that means the Pacific Ocean. So if you look at at Taiwan, in the bottom left, that's Kaohsiung. And if you look just above that to the right, that's Taidong. And then if you look to the left of that, a little bit up is Tainan, and then so then there's Chiayi. So that shows you the different cities in Taiwan. And this is what the infotainment system looked like. In this particular case, I had it set on English. Well, of course, I think it rotates languages. So that's my leg there. That's my wife to the left, and you can see. So, all right. And then here's another shot of the infotainment system. Of the mountains in feet, I'm not sure, Matthew. Yeah, probably, yeah. I'm thinking roughly, yeah. Because it's 4,000 plus meters, yeah. I can't really think in feet anymore, to be perfectly honest with you. I really don't know. And so this is us together. Now, I had my beard and my goatee back then. But we asked one of the flight attendants to, oh, they turned the lights out. I asked one of the flight attendants to take it. Oh, we turn them back on. To take a photo of us. Okay, that was cool. And there's another shot of us here. Oh, sorry. There you go. That's me with my, I don't know, what do you guys think? I had my goatee, and I think I had a small beard on the bottom. I'd shaved it down pretty far, just a little line kind of connecting up to the sideburns. I don't know, what do you think? I think I look better clean shaven because I don't, I think it just makes me look, younger. That's what I think. Not having any beard, because for me, after a while I was looking at it, I said the gray beard makes me look like a gray beard, and so I shaved my beard off, and people were thinking I looked a lot younger. So I don't know, but to each his own. To those men who have earned their beards. Uncle Bud's got a beard that makes Billy Gibbons, jealous. Yeah, he's got a beard like. Uncle Bud, how long is your beard now? It's like something like that. Yeah, got to move it out of the way when you sit down, right? Because you're gonna sit on it. Anyway, well, this is great. We've been on almost an hour, and it feels like nothing. So, I really have missed visiting with all of you, and I really appreciate you, coming in and joining me. I should probably get back home. I got to change the gas bottle, the tank, because we have bottled gas. Really, we're not connected to the mains. And my wife was telling me that last night they took a shower and it kind of ran out. But so yeah, there you go. Okay, well that's Uncle Bud. That's a visual that. Gosh, I can't unsee that in my mind. That's, boy oh boy. Yep, could have just said long enough. There you go. Long enough. How long is your beard? It's long enough. But yeah, Billy Gibbons would be proud of that, Hilarious. But I think what I should do is I should sign off, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm glad I got a chance to catch up with you. I'm doing a couple things, though, coming up that you need to know about. Robert Monahan released a tune that I finished. It was a restoration called No Place to Hide. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it on Apple Music. You can find it all over the place. No Place to Hide. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not exactly, yes, let it flow. Let it grow. Let it flow. it's a restoration, so it's never going to quite be perfect. But we're doing a documentary on how we did it because it's important to him. So I'm going to be shooting with George. You guys remember George from JTS? Next month I'm going to go down to the JTS studio. I'm going to shoot part of the documentary for that. So I'm going to post that. I'm going to give it to Robert. He may post it like as an official music video. I don't know, but I'm going to post it on my studio channel. So, and actually that disappeared real quick. So. Yes, Line has been nice to keep updated. Yes, absolutely. So, anyway, I went ahead and published my Skype QR code, on the Real Taiwan community. So, guys, feel free to use that if you want to, but I appreciate it so much. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I got to get back to the house. I got to take care of some business, and my wife's asked me some questions, and just you know how it is. You're a husband and father. You have responsibilities. That's how it is. So, thanks, Dean. I appreciate it. And now that I got my second device, I'll be taking more calls from you guys, and let's set that up. Let's do that. Let's make a nice call-in show. It'd be great, kind of like the old days. Remember with Broadcast? That was fantastic. In the old days, you guys could send voice messages, and if I have anything to say about that, I will. Thanks, Uncle Bud. Thanks, Mike. If I have anything to say about that, thanks, Matthew. I'm going to try to get Prism Livestream to somehow figure out how we can do text messages, because my vision for Prism Live Studio is that they have a Prism Live Studio viewing app that allows you to view the live stream and to do things like send voice messages. That would be just off the charts incredible. So you guys take care, and I'm gonna run home and see what's going on with the gas, so my family doesn't have to take a cold shower tonight, because of course I don't want that. Fist bumped, everybody. I love all you guys, and we're gonna see you next time. All right. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll see you in the next live stream. I promise it won't be as long. Bye bye now. Take care. 再见。晚安。